This is True Rewind. This is True Rewind.
This is True Rewind. This is True Rewind.
This is True Rewind. This is True Rewind.
Hello. It is me, your True Hill Phenom SP3. Pump up the flux capacitor. Jump in the DeLorean with us for another episode 41, in fact, of True Rewind. This is where me and the Monday Night Warriors, we go back in time to the Monday Night Wars, and we review WWF Monday Night Raw and WCW Monday Nitro. I am back once again with the connoisseur of reporting, Mr. Romeo Anthony Colon.
What is up, gentlemen? This is the go-home show for WCW for Uncensored. What kind of uncensory are we going to get tonight? I can't wait.
Should be interesting for sure. And it's been a couple of episodes. He was on a long streak of being on the show. But Drunk Guy JJ, once again, is lost in time. He is lost again in the timeline, and this time, he's in 1976. He said, forget the 80s. He went back to the 70s. He said they got harder drugs in the 70s, so he went back to 76, and he's having a good time, him and Jimi Hendrix. I heard a whole bunch of stuff as I was traveling in the DeLorean, but, you know, we are back.
Damn, it's like WandaVision. Like a drunk guy vision.
We are back with a special guest, and filling in the shoes of our backseat driver is the co-host of Review of Honor, the co-host of Blunt Impact, the co-host of Joints and Jabronis. He is one half of the Pod Heels and the three-time baby making champion. This is Ness.
True Hills, what's the deal? Very, very honored to be back on another episode of True Rewind. And once again, I must apologize because I thought it was a good idea to go in the 70s, party hard. Myself and Drunk Guy JJ, he partied way too hard. I sobered up and asked for a hitchhike from the Good Brothers, Monday Night Warriors, and here we are.
Yeah,
feels like deja vu.
You even got Ric Flair. Looks like he's in the 70s.
We're going to get into that. We're definitely going to get into that. Yes, Ric Flair had to be here tonight on this episode. Yes.
Absolutely. This is a reminder to you guys. Drop this video a thumbs up. Share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, family. Of course, there is the subscribe button or the iCard. You can push on that to subscribe if you haven't already. We are over 1K on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, but we are pushing ahead. So help us reach our next milestone by pushing the subscribe button and the bell to stay notified, and press all so you always get notified when we have a new video drop on True Hill Heat. So we are talking about March 18th, 1996 for WCW Nitro and WWF Raw. Romeo, you are the pilot, the quarterback, the driver. Take it away.
March 18th, 1996, Raw. Let's start with Raw. It's taped from San Antonio, Texas. First match, British Bulldog versus Jake the Snake Roberts. And Vince McMahon on commentary says, this match may have more action than this past weekend's Mike Tyson fight. Pop culture reference. I had to look it up. March 16th, 2 days earlier. Mike Tyson defeats Frank Bruno by TKO in the third round to improve to 44-1. Of course, I think this is his third fight back from a little prison sentence he did for rape.
Yeah.
You know what? I think we might see or hear from this Mike Tyson guy again sometime in the Monday Night War.
There was a lot of foreshadowing on both shows of celebrities who would show up.
Yeah.
Jake the Snake hits Bulldog with a DDT, but Cornette pulls him off the cover. The ref does nothing. Jake whips out his snake, wraps his snake around his neck, and chases after Cornette. Gets counted out in 450. Dirty finish. You know, Vince McMahon had the audacity to complain about how short the Mike Tyson fight, yet it was longer than this opening matchup. And that knockout was probably way more entertaining than this finish.
I just want to say that this ref sucks. You see Cornette interfere in the match, don't disqualify Bulldog, but you have the wherewithal to give Jake the Snake a count out. I just never realized how tall Jake the Snake was, or just how short Davey Boy Smith is.
He towered over him.
Yeah, that kind of shocked me. I thought he was a little bit a lot taller than that. But yeah, overall it was all right. It was all right for what it was, but nothing crazy. It didn't wow me.
Yeah, I mean, this is a matchup of two Hall of Famers, legendary wrestlers, and they got 2-3 minutes. They were in there. Jake pulled out the snake and ran with the snake wild or to go after Jim Cornette. So nothing much to see here, but it builds up what we would find out later tonight, another match for the WrestleMania card.
We see Shawn Michaels training with Jose Lothario in San Antonio, and then I always laugh when Shawn goes for the super kick on a damn punching bag. And then Bret Hart in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Bret talks about how his son is a member of the Clique. But Bret reminds us he has fans out there too. He brings up Shawn Michaels, taking a hiatus from his little beating in Syracuse. He says Shawn Michaels is, he's good at dancing, but this isn't going to be a dancing marathon. This is a wrestling match. Again, Bret Hart being a smart ass, being heelish. What'd you guys think of this, Sid?
I like Bret's approach with these training videos. He's the one that is bringing the more personality and bringing a little bit of heat to the one-on-one matchup. I think Shawn is more building his journey with these training vignettes rather than the whole rivalry with Bret, which Bret is doing well.
Yeah, I'm loving it. Well, HBK the GOAT to me, so he's definitely coming off in the baby face when, during this whole just Bret quote unquote bitterness. It was great just for the two different dynamics of the feud that's building.
Shawn, very white meat baby face. I want Shawn to talk some shit back now. Bret's getting away too many cheap shots here. I need Shawn to fire back with something. Fatu is out to make a difference. And Vince McMahon.
That's all I hear whenever his music hits.
Vince McMahon is absolutely shocked by a woman in the crowd wearing a Goldust shirt. And then Goldust comes out. Oh, hold on. Goldust comes out. He's wearing Roddy Piper's kilt. I noticed Fatu's gear. So it reads, "Erase the hate," which is absolutely hilarious considering all the hate that Goldust is getting around this time in 1996. Fatu starts slapping Goldust's ass. Then when the ref's not looking, he headbutts his nuts. And then we get Piper on the phone. Jerry says Piper's jealous because Goldust looks better in a skirt than him. Piper says he's the last guy Goldust wants to see in the streets. Goldust wins with a curtain call, 4:35.
I'm pretty sure this is the first pinfall victory for Goldust since he won the Intercontinental Championship. And the first time I remember seeing the curtain call. So this build-up, Goldust and Piper, which seems to me, I think it's battling with Taker and Diesel as the second most important matchup at WrestleMania 12.
Another Ultimate Warrior hype video. Me and Sid have been seeing these week after week. Ness, are you excited to see the Ultimate Warrior back?
Not really.
This past weekend on Superstars, Jake the Snake makes a challenge for a 3-on-3 match with Yokozuna and Ahmed Johnson as his partners against Vader, Bulldog, and Owen, Camp Cornette. I thought this would have been a lot funnier if Ahmed Johnson challenged it, just so we could hear Sid recite Ahmed Johnson lines.
I was hoping for that as well, but, Jake the Snake was the best talker out of the three of those guys.
And it's not even close. Cam Cornette's in the ring. Vince McMahon is asking Jim for his response. Cornette says they need about 5 more for it to be even against his 3 men. Cornette insinuates that he pushed Mr. Fuji down the stairs to explain his disappearance from Yokozuna's side. Cornette calls Yokozuna a traitor, ingrate, and a stupid idiot. Vader says it's Vader time. Yokozuna on the video board says at Mania he's going to get even with Cornette. Vader no-sells it. He's just practicing his Vader bomb in the corner. And then Yokozuna Banzai drops a Jim Cornette prop doll, I want to say. Cornette loses it because if they lose, Yokozuna gets 5 minutes alone with him in the ring. Yesterday at Madison Square Garden, house show, footage of Shawn Michaels and Diesel versus Bret Hart and The Undertaker. The crowd was lit. Diesel, though, with a chair to everyone. An act of cowardice on HBK, his best friend. Shawn gets helped out by refs, says he's going to kick his 7-foot ass. Good heel shit from Diesel, who appears to be the top heel in the main event scene, yet is on his way out of the company. And this was cool back when house shows mattered.
Yeah.
A beautiful way to make house shows
yeah.
feel important. Something happens on the house show, you reference it on Raw. Awesome.
Yeah, and they did that a lot during these days. Like, we've heard it a few times where they're talking about, like, Razor being 1, 2, 3 Kid on house shows, you know, and then this instant, this was the first time they really showed footage of it happening, and it makes those MSG shows. I think that's why back in the day, that was like I gotta go to MSG LA house shows all the time when I was a kid. It was because of stuff like this to, like, build it up. So I really enjoyed this. I like the fact that they heat up Diesel to, like, really solidify his heel turn, because he's had, like, 6 of them since Survivor Series 1995. But they really solidified it here by cutting him away from the only babyface that was his friend still in Shawn Michaels. And it sets up Michaels' first program for after WrestleMania, whether he's champion or not.
Yeah, now some might say they make good friends, but maybe better enemies.
Okay.
Who
Yeah.
knows? Who knows? That sounds very catchy. It sounds like
Does
it
it?
should be a show.
I just fucking thought
Yeah.
of it.
We don't have that these days. Well, there are no more house shows. So that, at the moment, that feeling is pretty much gone. Like, we're not going to get that. But like you said, back in those days, it was major, and it made you want to tune in to, all right, they showed that, make you want to go to a show, and you'll find out what's going to happen on the next episode. So the excitement that it just brung out back then in those days, it was just great to see. And then especially seeing Diesel turn on his best friend, like, that's major. You know, you see that happen at the house show. Oh, they're not even playing this out on TV yet. It's going to happen, though. If they're showing it, it's going to happen. So, you know, that's just something to wait and see for even more, like, just great television.
This is the only way that the fans would be able to know, because there's no Twitter. There's no social media, like unless
The good old
WWE
days.
The way I used to find out about it is, for you old school wrestling fans from New York City, is every single, I think it was Saturday or Sunday, the Slammer in the Daily News. I literally used to ask my mom to spend 50 cents for the Daily News on that day specifically to read Slammer, because that was the dirt sheets for me before I knew about, like, Meltzer, PWI, Fightful Select, all that other stuff. It was the Slammer in the Daily News.
The plan is for Shawn to feud with Diesel and beat him every night until he leaves for WCW.
Absolutely, Vince.
As for Razor Ramon, that other traitor, when he returns from suspension, he's expected to be punished by doing jobs to Goldust until he leaves, because Ramon hates working with Goldust due to his gimmick.
Hey, someone's gotta work with Goldust on the house shows. It's not like Piper's gonna work with him up until WrestleMania. So
Barry Horowitz comes out with his Jewish music. He's fighting Big Daddy Cool Diesel. Yikes. Paul Bearer interrupts this match, bringing a casket to ringside. Horowitz gets some offense, actually, with the distraction, but Diesel with the big boots that Barry has the nerve to kick out at, too. And then Diesel just punches him in the face. He doesn't kick out of that. I've never seen this finish, ever. It was hilarious. 2 minutes, 9 seconds.
He literally just... 1, 2, 3.
Diesel grabs a wrench from the timekeeper. He knocks on the casket. Then he opens it. It's a life-size replica of Diesel in the casket. It looked fucking awesome. He closes the casket quickly. He's mad shook, stunned, bewildered. Vince says it couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
That match was trash, with the post-match segment with him opening the casket. That was decent. You know, we got camera angles and things of that nature. Way better technology these days. So I guess this is the equivalent of that back in, 1996. So, you know, it looked real, too.
I think because this is pre-recorded and because there's no like crowd in, I gotta go back and watch it again. I don't know if there's crowd in the background because they could have taped it at a different point because of how the camera angle was. So maybe that's why it looked like him. Like it was actually Diesel in the casket. It was just how they shot it. But I love this segment. This was very, very cool. This was pretty awesome by WWE and WWF, excuse me, and it builds up what I said is battling for the second most important match at WrestleMania between Diesel and The Undertaker.
I'm gonna feel like a fucking idiot if I watch this back and I don't notice that they're never in the same frame at the same time and it's just Diesel in the fucking casket. I'm gonna feel like a fucking moron.
I am too. So you won't be alone. Because I'm like, yo, this just looks way too real. Exactly.
Tatanka versus Bret Hart. 1, 2, 3 Kid comes to ringside after a bit to get a better view. Fellow member of Ted DiBiase's corporation. Bret goes for the sharpshooter, and then DiBiase executes his plan immediately. He distracts the ref on the apron, allowing Kid to sneak up on Bret on the ropes and hold him for Tatanka. Tatanka misses. Bret Hart escapes, knocking Kid off the apron. Bret rolls up Tatanka for the win in 9 minutes.
It was actually a solid match for what it was. You know, again, nothing too crazy. 1, 2, 3 Kid looked like a sucker, so that's pretty much what he is at this point. So everything worked out fine.
This was a decent match using the $1 Million Corporation, who are established heels, to, big up Bret Hart, even though he is leaning towards more the heel side going into WrestleMania. You still have to maintain that he is a babyface, so put him up against a group of heels that he overcame the odds and got the victory here. So he looked really good in the main event.
Then there's a billionaire Ted skip covering what they call the Federal Turner Commission hearings. Billionaire Ted gets questioned by some guys in suits. Ted eventually says, "You can't handle the truth," and just goes full dictator. He's trying to put WWF out of business. Then an ad plays encouraging people to write in to the Federal Trade Commission to express their disappointment if Ted Turner merges Turner with Time Warner and has control of over 50% of cable outlets. WWF has been worried about this for weeks, Vince McMahon. And now he's putting boring skits out at the end of his program to try to do something about this.
Excuse me.
Bless you. Sid is allergic to bullshit fucking segments that end programming.
Yes, this was another shitty finish. I thought they learned their lessons. End the show with Billionaire Ted, and they did it again. God damn it.
You've seen one, you've seen them all at this point.
He did do a good job with the monologue, I will say.
Yeah.
Match of the night, Bret Tatanka. Unanimous?
Unanimous.
I mean, not much competition. MVP.
Unanimous.
I'll go Bret Hart.
Bret Hart.
I'm going to go co-MVP of Bret Hart and Big Daddy Cool Diesel. I think that the footage of his heel turn and then his dominating win over Barry Horowitz, I think made him look good. And like you said, he solidified himself as not only a heel, but the top heel in all of the WWF right now.
You know what? I'll agree with you. Co-MVP for me too. Throw Diesel in there. I thought he did some good acting, as much good acting as he did. And if what you're saying true is about the switcheroo, well then shit, he fooled me. LVP Barry Horowitz for losing to a punch.
Yes, most
Yeah.
definitely Barry Horowitz.
It's unanimous again.
And we're gonna put our thumbs out. And in 3, 2, 1, it'll be thumbs up or thumbs down for this edition of Monday Night Raw, March 18th. 3, 2, 1. Thumbs down, and Ness gave it a thumbs up.
I'm trying to
Goodness
remember.
gracious.
I'm trying to remember the. Fuck it. No. Yeah.
Stand by your word. Stand by your thumbs up.
Stand by it. If you
You
feel
know
like
what?
it's a
Yeah.
thumbs up, no.
But it's like a 5.5, so that would be a thumb up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
that's
glad we figured out the math.
Exactly. Yeah.
The math of thumbs ups. Yeah.
Thumbs up, so like barely a thumbs up. Almost like an
Barely.
Orange Cassidy thumbs up.
Yeah,
You gotta do an Orange
Orange-
Cassidy.
yeah.
I think it's fair if a 5 and a 5.5, you could put a thumbs in the middle. I think that's
All
pretty
right.
true.
Yeah.
Thumbs in the middle. Yeah. The Raw rating last week, they did a 2.9. Ness, what do you think this show did?
Three, solid 3.
Sid?
Gonna go with a 2.8.
You guys split it down the middle. They did a 2.9 again.
Of course they did.
Monday Nitro, live from Chattanooga, Tennessee. I think I said that right. The show starts with automatically Giant and Loch Ness fighting in the aisle. Lex Luger's Bobski music plays. It's supposed to be him and Loch Ness. Huge pop for him. He poses as Giant and Loch Ness beat the shit out of each other. He carries both his belts way past him, just walks to the ring, ready for his match. The ref rings the bell. You can't fucking do that.
What the fuck? All right. No, I'm sorry. Continue. Please continue.
And starts his count. Completely unfair. Lex wins by count out. 30 finish. 13 seconds. Lex celebrates. Jimmy Hart comes in the ring. He celebrates too. Jumps in his arms. Luger immediately lets him go, realizing Sting may be watching this. And then Luger goes to the announce table to brag about his victory.
This felt like the best opening to Nitro in a very long time. It started getting very formulaic. All the same, basically. You knew what you were going to get as soon as you turned on Nitro. This one felt unpredictable. It started the show off hot, and it felt like a different show. It felt like a different type of energy going into this show because of that opening segment.
Yeah, it definitely caught me off guard. See these two big ass dudes. Well, one big ass dude getting his ass kicked and not really being able to defend himself at the time, and then just to find out a match is supposed to be going on instead of this chaos. So, and then Luger coming out really not giving a fuck about whatever was going on to the the side of him. The ref starts the match when it wasn't both competitors in the ring. I didn't even know that was possible. But if you're in the ring with Lex Luger and he tell you to start the match, you start the match. So yeah, that was interesting. And then him celebrating after the fact, that was all just hilarious. It all played well as starting to the show.
Hulk Hogan makes his entrance. Huge pop. This is a way more energetic crowd than what was on Raw.
Yeah.
He's with the Macho Man. They're talking to Tony Schiavone. No Mean Gene. We learned Bischoff said he had the flu. But from the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Brian Pillman had throat surgery this week. And on the WCW hotline, Gene Okerlund reported that Pillman was lying and didn't actually have the surgery. And they called the hospital to verify it. Pillman's lawyers sent Okerlund and WCW a very threatening letter with proof that he was in the hospital and told Okerlund to make a correction and apology. But Mean Gene then missed the next few days with a flu, wasn't on Nitro, so no apology yet. Aye.
That's a different type of petty. I like it.
Anyway, Hogan and Macho Man, they're hyping up this Doomsday cage match without anyone ever explaining to us how it works or who's in it or what's going on.
He did happen to mention that he's happy because
God.
both the Texas Tornado match and the Doomsday match are not for no stinking titles, basically burying championships in all of WCW.
Fuck Hulk Hogan, man.
I approve that message.
They hype a standby match. It's Public Enemy versus Steiner Brothers. The Brain explains the M on the Steiner Brothers jackets stands for Mental Institution, not Michigan.
And Bischoff takes a shot at WWF saying, this isn't some predictable wrestling show. We got a standby match.
He also hypes they're the number one wrestling show on planet Earth, despite the whining from the World Whining Federation. Bischoff also got word that Dennis Rodman, breaking news, suspended for 6 games, fined $25,000 for a headbutt. Insinuates that he may be at Uncensored since he has some free time. Bischoff is shocked by how much wrestling Public Enemy did in this match.
I was too, honestly.
I think all of us were. Eric hypes an Olympic athlete is coming to WCW. Who can that be? From the Wrestling Observer newsletter, the Olympian will be Chip Minton.
What a name!
Who placed 14th in bobsledding in the 94 Winter Olympics. Wow. You're getting the 14th place guy? Nice.
He was a part of the Jamaican bobsled team. You know, the one that the bobsled flipped over and they had to walk to the finish line.
I think WWF ended up getting the better Olympic athlete.
I agree.
As far as this shit goes. Rocco Rock tries to flip on Rick on a table on the outside. Rick rolls away. Rock takes the bump through the table. Diving Bulldog on grunge from the top rope. Steiner's win in 7 minutes.
This was a good back and forth matchup. Like we all said, Public Enemy showing off more wrestling skills than they've shown thus far on WCW Nitro. Steiner's looking good again and having another quality match on Monday night. So all good to me.
Yeah, man, I really enjoyed this match more than I was thinking that I was supposed to enjoy it, just because Public Enemy is really more of the gimmick matches, the hardcore, they do tables and just pure chaos, and you don't really look at them for their in-ring ability. And the Steiners are just wrestling legends, just in pure wrestling alone. So to see them actually show that they could keep up with the Steiners to an extent was very interesting to see out of their ordinary style of wrestling.
Arn Anderson comes out with women, and then the Booty Man entrance.
Oh God,
man, I wish they would dub over his theme and just put booty 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 rocking everywhere. Booty 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 rocking everywhere.
Brain says, they said this man sacrificed 1 year of his life for Hulk Hogan, being a spy in the Dungeon of Doom. And then he says, it goes to show you the dedication that some of these morons have for Hulk Hogan. Is that a shoot, brother?
Yeah, that's a shoot.
Sunday at Uncensored, it's Booty Man versus DDP. If he wins, DDP loses Kimberly, or the Booty Girl, his money, his career. It was Johnny B. Bad, but he's history, Bishop says. We learned the card for Uncensored. Oh, finally. Only the show before.
Hey, this is better than they usually do.
For the U.S. title, it'll be Eddie Guerrero versus Conan, the Mexican champion. That's good.
You know how I love my Mexicans. Watch that. Might have to watch that on my own.
Sting and Booker T, bizarre circumstances leading to this team versus the Road Warriors in a Chicago street fight. Well, since we mentioned Booker T, from the Wrestling Observer newsletter, the Harlem Heat is currently working in New Japan, and it's not going well. They were initially brought in from WCW in order to build them up for a tag title match at a big show. So the plan was for them to beat up a bunch of other teams before the show to get them over. But Harlem Heat have been so unimpressive in their matches that New Japan Pro Wrestling has had them do several jobs recently because they simply can't hang with most of New Japan Pro Wrestling's teams. Woof.
Ooh.
My goodness.
Oof. Man. That's rough.
We learned it'll be man versus woman, Colonel Rob Parker versus Medusa. And it'll
Wait
be
a minute, didn't she weren't they in a love triangle or some shit a couple episodes ago?
Who knows?
Oh, man.
We missed so much.
That wasn't until Sherry got fired.
It happened.
Giant versus Loch Ness, and a 4-cage Doomsday match. Hogan and Macho Man versus Flair, Arn Anderson, Taskmaster, Lex Luger, and who else? Even Eric Bischoff doesn't even know who else. What the fuck is this match? The Booty Girl walks down during this match. Woman takes off her high heel. Oh no. Woman tells Kimberly to back off. Booty Man breaks it up. Arn Anderson gets Booty back in the ring, but Booty Man fires up and hits him with a running knee for the win in 5:52. Dirty finish. Big pop, though, for the Booty Man, winning.
I'm totally over this whole Booty Man thing and the fact that he is the replacement for Johnny B. Bad in the Diamond Dolls storyline. I'm so over this Diamond Dolls storyline. It has been 6 months of the same freaking storyline of Diamond Dallas Page trying to either lose, win Diamond Doll, win money, the TV title. And this is ridiculous. It's been like 3 or 4 different pay-per-views with the same storyline of a woman's services on the line in a professional wrestling match. This is something that works in a vacuum. You do it once, you get it out the way, it's a cool little angle, it's different, but when you do it ad nauseum, you're killing it for the rest of eternity.
I thought this shit was trash because not Johnny B. Bad, I'm sorry. Fucking Booty. First of all, this nigga's name's Booty Man. That's already a violation. 2, he made Arn Anderson look like a complete sucker. But shout out to Arn Anderson for actually selling for this dude, because a lot of people, they probably wouldn't, or they would probably just be like, look, this guy fucking sucks, and I have to like do the job to him. I don't even want to do it. So shout out to Arn Anderson, but oh man, this guy fucking sucks. I hate him. Fucking Booty Man.
Road Warriors versus the Nasty Boys. The Steiner Bros come out interfering with the Nasty Boys. The ref is distracted. Animal uses his arm guard and hits Knobs for the win in 7 minutes. Dirty finish.
You know what's funny about this match? He tried to, after he hits him with the object, he tried to like throw it away after they were already beating each other up with chairs and shit. So like, I don't think the ref would have cared at this point.
Yeah, like that was the part that confused me. I was like, y'all did hit him with the kindergarten chair right in the referee's face. Like, what the hell?
Ric Flair and Taskmaster with Women versus Hogan and Macho Man. This is a Texas tornado match. Brain says Macho Man is throwing more punches than Mike Tyson did to Frank Bruno. Why the fuck are we complaining about a Mike Tyson fight, how short it was? First of all, it was 3 rounds. Mike Tyson fights normally go 1 round.
That's true.
And so what? He had an exciting knockout, which is more exciting than all the bullshit I've been talking about for what, almost an hour. What is going on with these shows complaining about Mike Tyson? Hogan puts a foam Macho Man hat on Ric Flair's head as he beats his ass. It was a funny visual, I thought.
It was.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Flair with a figure 4 on Randy. Hogan says, not so fast. I got a figure 4 of my own.
That fucking trash. Oh my God, that was so trash. I hate Hogan. He refuses to spin and it looks stupid every time.
And on Kevin Sullivan, it's funny because Kevin Sullivan has short legs.
And then, it really looked like Hogan hurt himself more than it was doing to Kevin Sullivan. I swear it did.
Mongo alert, sound the alarm. Mongo says, and I quote, "This is good stuff." What the fuck is this not, Mongo?
He was like, I didn't get my opening monologue.
I was waiting for that too for this episode. It didn't this definitely, they had this in the bag for you this episode, man. They let you do nothing.
And I couldn't even tell what Pepe was wearing. Could you tell what he?
I did get the Pepe fit because I knew Drunk Guy was lost in 1976. So I did get the Pepe fit. He was wearing a cowboy outfit. He had a cowboy hat. He had a red bandana around his over his chest. So he was all cowboyed up. Looked like he was from Dallas.
Hogan hulks up, and Arn Anderson comes down. Arn, you see him book it to his spot because he's a little late. He trips Hogan who was going for the leg drop. And then out of nowhere, that loose cannon, Brian Pillman, he's beating up Macho Man. He rips that another blue plastic chair from the crowd and throws it at Macho Man. Simultaneously, Taskmaster is also hitting Pillman with a same chair. Thankfully, the bell rings because what the fuck is going on here? Dirty finish, 10:30. By the way, Brian wearing a shirt that has the number to his hotline. The Booty Man comes out to help.
Gotta push that. Gotta push that hotline. Those hotline dollars.
Oh, we'll talk about it. The Booty Man comes down to help. And then fucking Zeus walks down the aisle.
Motherfucking Zeus.
Rest in peace, by the way.
Yes.
And some other big jacked motherfucker with awful face paint.
He definitely did not need face paint whatsoever. Like, you already look scared as fuck. So, niggas came out looking like Rocksteady and Bebop.
Hogan, Booty Man, and Macho Man all retreat with being outnumbered. Zeus has some horrible fucking eyebrows drawn on. Also has gangster painted on his side of his head. Flair gets on the mic saying, "Do something about it."
That was great.
Sullivan says, "They look for thieves, beggars, and lowlifes to end Hulkamania." Ric Flair says when they put him and Hogan in the hospital, "I'll bring Elizabeth to see you after she rides Space Mountain all night long."
Yo, that was gangster as shit. That was the most gangster as shit I've ever heard.
Tony calls them the Alliance to End Hulkamania. Back to the commentary desk where Brain brags it's over for Hulkamania on Sunday. Before I get into all this Wrestling Observer newsletter scoops about what the hell is going on here, I want to hear from you guys. What the hell is going on here?
I don't fucking know, because this is what I don't get. As much chaos was going on during the Texas Tornado match, the ref let it go. Then, like, I guess it's because more people came in. Now he wants to. I don't even know who won the fucking match. So at this point, we don't even know who won the match. No. But this is what I gotta say. Hulk Hogan is the biggest pussy on this episode of Nitro. Big bad Hulkamania hightails it out of there. Oh my! When he ran, you're not a real warrior. You're not a real warrior. And I don't mean that as Ultimate Warrior joke, but no, you look like a big bitch. At least go down fighting. You know, Hulkamania. You gotta stand up. You think the Hulkamaniacs are proud of that shit? Fuck no. That was a pathetic display of your bitch assness, Hulk Hogan. And then you had to taint Macho Man with that. I don't really give a fuck about the Booty Man, so he could look like a sucker along with you. But oh man, that was just I'm disgusted.
I don't know. I might be in the minority here, but I enjoyed all the craziness and the clusterfuck at the end, especially with Pillman and Savage fighting. That shit felt real because they're both crazy. And they're both crazy, and I don't think they know the line between kayfabe and reality. So I think that it got real there, and that brought like a little bit of energy and excitement into this whole segment. I mean, Hogan scurrying away from Zeus and his big colleague there. I don't even know. I don't remember the name. You could probably tell me with your observer notes, but Bebop and Rocksteady, like Ness said. But so yeah, Hogan cowering away and doing his best Michelangelo of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I think that was a perfect example of why Hulk Hogan is our leader of LVPs.
All right, guys, bear with me. I have so many notes here from the Wrestling Observer newsletter on this clusterfuck. Hulk Hogan has decided to change the main event of the upcoming Untitled pay-per-view. The original plan was for Hogan to face 4 heels in a 4-on-1 handicap match. Hogan decided to add Savage to his team and also add 4 more heels to the other team and make it a triple-decker cage match. So now it's an 8 versus 2 match inside of a 3-story tall steel cage. The new guys being added, Tiny Lister, in parentheses, an actor who briefly wrestled as Zeus in WWF. Also being added, One Man Gang, oh the joy, and a large muscular wrestler named Jeep Swenson.
That nigga was the size of a Jeep.
Yeah.
Probably bigger, like a fucking tank.
Who used to wrestle for World Class in the 80s, and Dave says he was awful. Dave Meltzer. The 4th additional heel is expected to be either Warlord or the Shark. So you can just imagine the in-ring classic this match will be. Tiny Lister will be using the name Z-Gangsta because WWF owns the trademark to Zeus. As for Jeep Swenson on Nitro, they called him the Final Solution. But WCW received complaints from Jewish groups because the term Final Solution was a fucking Nazi term for exterminating the Jews during World War II.
Oh, wow.
So his name is expected to change. Sid is losing it. Also,
I've heard that story before, and it's just like, y'all motherfuckers did not pay attention. Like, y'all just did not even know, and it just got y'all in trouble. That's just funny.
after seeing the huge reaction Brian Pillman got on last week's Nitro for showing up in the crowd, Hogan has told WCW to bring Pillman back immediately so Hogan can work an angle with him.
Let me bury you, brother.
WCW, this is Dave's words, went to laughable extremes to convince people Pillman was no longer with WCW. And having Hogan come in and insert Pillman into his dumb Dungeon of Doom storyline totally derails that. Pillman is in negotiations. Oh, this part, Jesus Christ. Pillman is in negotiations with WCW about a new contract because they apparently legitimately released him as a part of an effort to convince the public that he'd really been fired. So now he has to negotiate a new contract. WCW is offering $225K, and Pillman is asking for about $500K.
WCW gotta be the dumbest motherfuckers in the history of the professional wrestling business. Oh my god.
I hope Pillman finds some work somewhere real soon. 4 dirty finishes
Out of 4
Nitro.
matches.
No, 5 matches. The
five.
Steiner one was clean. Match of the night, Steiner's Public Enemy, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
MVP, I'm gonna go fucking Brian Pillman. That was awesome. I don't have.
I'm wearing my MVP.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Ric Flair just for the simple fact that he was selling his ass off in that main event. And then the post-match segment when he was talking that shit to Hogan and Macho Man, when he told
That's
him he
fair.
was going to, he was going. That's why I had to, that's exactly why I wore it. The bullshit that match was, it was terrible. But he made it interesting. He made it like fun to watch when Hogan was stinking that shit up.
I'm going with the winner of the shortest ever title defense in the history of professional wrestling, Lex Luger. Lex Luger looked great, and I'm loving his new character.
LVP.
It's going to be fucking unanimous.
Exactly. Well, at least for me and you. What about you, Sid?
Hulk Hogan.
Okay.
Good job. Good job.
Fuck that.
We're going to put our thumbs out, and in 3, 2, 1, it'll be thumbs up or thumbs down for this edition of Nitro. 3, 2, 1. Thumbs down, thumbs in the middle, and then thumbs up. The rating, last week they did a 3.2. What do you think they did this week, Sid?
3.2 last week. I'm going to go with a 3.4.
I'm going to go with a 3.
3.6. Sid is closer.
Goddamn. Wait till they see this fucking episode, that main event. Shit. No, they'll probably come back for that shit.
Absolutely. Shit was all over the place.
So in the ratings war this week, WCW wins 3.6 to 2.9. And actually, this is their best rating ever in a head-to-head versus Raw. So they're up 13 to 10 with 2 ties. And on the True Rewind scoreboard, WCW wins. Nitro, which was once up 14 to 4 and had lost 6 times in a row to make it 14 to 10, finally gets back on the scoreboard. It's 15 to 10 Nitro.
So yes, let us know in the comments section below what you guys think about WCW Nitro and WWF Raw from March 18th, 1996. Give us your MVP, LVP match of the night. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, give this video a thumbs up. Share this video with all your wrestling fans, your friends, your family, and of course, you can push the I card or the subscribe button to subscribe and help us push ahead past up until the 2K mark as our next goal and next milestone to achieve, and of course push the bell to get all notifications for all the great content right here on True Heel Heat. So thank you to our special guest, the three-time baby making champion Ness. Tell the fine people where they can find you on social media.
You guys can follow me on Twitter at skinny_Kravitz. You can follow me on Instagram at skinny__Kravitz. And you can catch me on the True Heel Heat YouTube channel. I am one half of Review of Honor with my man, the Stat King, the man of 1,004 numbers. I'm also on Blunt Impact and Justin Jabronis with my man, Chris G. We form the Pot Heels. Shake the ropes. I am also the Roundtable Rebel. I am on most of the roundtables.
For the connoisseur of reporting, Mr. Romeo Anthony Colon.
The Pride of NY on Twitter and Instagram, and right here on the channel you're watching, the Wednesday Night Warriors. Me and Chris G review AEW and NXT.
Social media, you can find me at True Heel SP3 on Twitter or True Heel _Epic SP3 on Instagram. You could also follow True Heel Heat on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at True Heel Heat. Of course, you can find me every single Saturday on the True Heel Heat weekly wrestling podcast, as well as every Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. BST, with Alex McCarthy on Wrestling Daily on the Wrestling Daily YouTube channel. Every Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. BST on Powered 4 TV's YouTube channel with John Scott. And you can find my work over on Sportskeeda Wrestling on their website as well as YouTube channel. So once again, like, share, comment, and subscribe until the next episode. This has been episode 41 of True Rewind. It is me, your True Heel Phenom SP3. We are signing off until next time.
Bye!